Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's live stream with my trusty sidekick, Pixie's channel.
Hello.
It says we've got one waiting, but we've got no viewers.
Oh, probably you.
Hey,
Marie.
Marie.
Hello. See us, Marie, not Maria.
Can't see out my glasses.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
I really should have cleaned them before we started.
Yes, how is Marie? Yes, hello, Marie. How are you? I'm good. I'm a happy bunny.
As the title says,
Oh, Booker in the house.
we are happy bunnies tonight.
Oh, yes. I'm going to show you why. Put it a bit closer. A bit closer. There we go. Moving towards me a bit. Down a bit. Oh, up a bit. Well, not too much.
Up a bit.
Up a bit. Up a bit more. Bit more. Up. There you go.
And he got a little pin badge as well.
Yeah.
So that's something he can save and look back on when he gets a bit older.
Oh yeah. Not many children that get this award.
Yes, and we've gave him a target because he got that.
Oh yes, very proud.
Happy Christmas.
Hi,
Salty Nuts.
Hello, Salty. How you going on?
He got that because since he's been at school, he got 100 gold stars. Right. Well, anyway, there was a few, not many, but they also got the Diamond Phoenix Award. But because they'd exceeded 100 and got 200, they also got a crystal paperweight. So I says to Callum when we came out, I says, that is your target to get to 200. I says, in the next award ceremony, you'll be getting the paperweight as well.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Trust me. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
And when we got there, and when we got there, his granddad gave him a rather expensive watch.
Yes, very, very nice.
Do you want to come fetch it? It's on my table, yeah.
Is it on your table, is it?
So he put it straight on, but when he came home, he took it off because I think it was because it was an expensive watch. He didn't want to break it, and he didn't want to flash it about school, so he took it off and put it in his bag.
There you go.
And that is his watch that his granddad gave him.
It's shining a bit. Can everybody see that all right?
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that is the present that his granddad gave him.
It's not battery operated. You don't wind it up. It runs off light.
Purely on light. So there's no changing batteries. There's no winding it up.
As long as you don't put it in a cupboard drawer or anything like that.
Salty Nut says, like father, like son, as they say. Oh, well done to your boy.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're both brain boxes, aren't we?
No, he takes after me for the brains. Oh, and Mr. P's drinking something special tonight.
Broccoli lager. I fancy the change of Foster's.
So, yes, so he treated himself to some beers tonight.
Why not?
Hazelnut Channel.
Not so
But I'm saying nothing.
How's the Hazelnut Channel tonight?
Hey, Danny's in.
Hey, it's daughter.
And there's more. Their football team are playing in a local derby next Saturday.
What's wrong?
Because we live in Sheffield and they're playing Barnsley. Now, Callum all week had been chewing his ears off, saying that he wanted to go to Barnsley to watch their team because it's a away game. And basically, Chris kept saying, "Oh no, can't afford it. Callum can't afford it." Well, obviously, because it was the day of his awards ceremony, and I ain't even had no beer. I says, right. I says, I'm going to book the tickets. So Pixie had said, how old? He's 15, Salty. So Pixie had said, when he comes in and he goes on about these tickets again, don't tell him we've paid for them and they're coming in the post. He says, just say, oh, you know, we can't afford it, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, as soon as Callum came in the door, he got on about it in Mr. P's ear. So he gave in and he says,
we've got him.
We've already got him, Callum. Your mum's paid for them today. And that's your treat for getting this Diamond Phoenix award.
Don't be heading.
So much for him saying to not tell him. And then he goes and tells him himself.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad, take a sad
song and make it better. Beatles.
Yeah. Hey Jude. That's all you're getting. Sorry. I like that song. Beatles. Awesome.
And Marie says, wow, I bet he's thrilled.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least it stopped him sort of, well, can we go to the Barnsley match? Can we go to the Barnsley match?
Next one week, we go sit next to Wakey. No. It's too expensive.
But I says to him when Callum went upstairs, because he goes and plays on his game in his bedroom, I says, well, so much for keeping him on tenderhooks and saying, no, we can't afford it and this, that and other. No. And actually waiting for him to come in the post, which he was supposed to do. And let the cat out of the bag.
I know.
This Diamond Phoenix award is, they get awarded gold stars. Hi, Loisan.
Hi, Loisan. How are you?
They get gold stars, like, he might go to English, he might do well in his English, so the teacher awards him a gold star. Now, they get this Diamond Phoenix award for getting 100 gold stars.
Absolutely awesome.
So basically, but he said, and the headmaster, the very first picture on Pixie's upload was Callum with the headmaster. And he says, you know, nobody in year 7 has ever attained 100 stars in the first year. So there was so many from year 8, so many from year 9, and so many from year 10, which Callum is in.
And 11.
And 11.
Mm.
But some of them, and it wasn't very many, had attained 200. So they, as well as the certificate and badge that Callum got, they got a paperweight as well.
As well as the certificate and as well as the badge.
Yes. So we sort of threw a challenge to Callum, which probably is already on his way to 200 anyway.
Yeah.
So we said, well, next year you'll probably be getting a paperweight as well as a certificate, because we want you to make that your target, to attain 200 gold stars.
I remember when I was in year 7, I feel old.
Well, when I went to school, it was just class 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Up to class 12 in the junior side. And then we went on to...
Hey, Eagle.
Eagle.
Thanks for the cake. No worries, my friend. Yeah, when I was a kid, it were years... From first year to second year to third year to fourth year and fifth year. Then if it wasn't with the 6th year, we got 6th year as well. All this years, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes over my head.
Are you at home, Eagle? Or are you still at your daughter's?
Or are you playing dominoes?
Or are you playing dominoes, and would you like to come up on the panel?
Oh, he's got an invitation. An invitation to Mr. Eagle. Go on, Eagle. Hi, the hang. Oh, the hang.
And I'm only 15 away from 800 subscribers.
Well, I'll be checking on the Eagle in a bit. Are the daughters till Monday? That's if you can get back with the Easter snow that's forecast for Monday.
Oh.
Would I be allowed to visit the Pickerings if you bring 100 quid to get the foot through the door?
Yes, so long as you behave yourself.
Because if not, I'll send Mrs.
A no naughty business.
Mm. Hey, Simon's in there. Chirpy, chirpy, tweet, tweet, chirpy, chirpy, tweet, tweet.
And Mr. P is over the moon because since he posted this awards ceremony vlog, got nearly 100 views.
It's over 100 now.
Is it over 100 already?
I posted it on every single thing that I post, me football videos and my drone videos. All over Facebook, all over everywhere. So I'm hoping it's going to go.
My eyes is running like...
Don't start crying again like you did.
I'm not crying. My eyes are stinging. But just pass me a tissue.
A tissue. He says, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. What does she do?
Yeah, I kept saying to myself, nah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. My eyes is red raw.
Oh, please check that hashtag I'm a creator community run by James Cox channel. Just going to check out the awards film now. We'll be back in a minute. All right, it's only about a minute long anyway.
It's not all that long, same as I say.
No.
So that'll be another view you've got, Mr. P.
Yeah, another one. Woohoo! I will bring a crate of Red Bull and 7-pack of Vinzolo. Red Bull, you're definitely not getting through the door if you bring Red Bull. Don't do Red Bull in this house.
Great to be here, more like.
Yeah. Great to lager.
And Simon says the pictures were great.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mrs. P took some. I took some. Everybody took some.
So, yes, and Keith, we'll wait till Keith comes back and you can show him that watch that your dad gave him.
Oh, put it back up there. I'll go and get it.
He only wants to come and sample my cakes. That's all he wants to come for.
That's it. Every time one of my kids were recognised for something, I was in tears.
Yeah, as I say, I sat there. I put some tissues in my bag just in case.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Promised myself I weren't going to cry.
Yes, you did.
And then as soon as they shouted him up onto stage, that was it.
What about a happy cry? Red Bull gives you wings so I can fly there, right? Well, you have your Red Bull, just bring some beers and whatnot of these now.
Hey, they not bad. The Pixie's got £7 from Asda.
£7. Brooklyn Lager.
Brooklyn Lager.
I've had one already. I'm halfway there. Oh, you see that?
Retired and prepping. Hello.
Hello, retired and prepping. How are you? Thank you for joining the Madhouse. Don't watch it, 7 likes. Awesome.
So, the burning question is up to 121.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Have you all got your Easter eggs?
Mm. We got ours. We haven't bought Callum now.
Good.
Good, awesome. Seriously, could I visit you guys? It would be awesome. I will bring a crate of Guinness.
Ooh.
Guinness. Get in the right direction.
And I hope you will realise Mr. P is watching the ladies strip in the full Monty.
That's tonight.
On telly. It's on now.
That's why she's got telly turned off.
I'm recording it.
Well, I'll watch it tomorrow then.
He only wants to see women get the kit off.
I started out with a little tissue, moved on to my hubby being
big handkerchief blowing nose
and messing makeup.
Well, this is the thing. Callum sat right on end because obviously when
we're not salty with my stepdaughter. Oh dear! Don't worry.
Simon says I did have an Easter. It's not even Easter yet, Simon. And you mean to tell me you've scoffed it already?
Oh, I was going to say, did you have your daily chat today? But you couldn't, could you? Because I were here.
Oh, he says he can only drink Guinness. Well, I'm sure Mr. Pea'd give it a try. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of Guinness. I mean, I like lager, but
in moderation.
Yeah, and it's absolutely bouncing it down with rain here.
It is. I'll stick it in the fridge salty. We'll wait for it to cool down a bit, and then I'll try it. Random life I'm going to come and jiggle along with the holidays. Miss Random Life coming onto the panel.
Gail, he's had to miss it since Tuesday night.
If you see one, you've seen them all. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, well, I had to laugh because I went to Nine Dogs chat earlier on, and they got on about. He says something about what did this? What were the thing of his thing? Naked on top or something.
But I could be all drinking it salty.
So I sort of put a quip in the chat, and I says, is it mandatory that you've got to be topless? And basically quit back, and he says, well, he says, what you do in your own owns your business. And then they got on about these nipple tassels, and I basically said, well, if I got my nippy bits out, I says there'd be an eclipse. Well, that's what they said to ours last night, but he was still worried.
You stay in the spare room out of that other shed.
We have got a spare bedroom. And Keith's winding Gail up saying she missed the cake.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah. And it's all gone. Even Callum's is nearly all gone.
Gail's put, hi Marie, Keith selling DJ pants. You buy one, you get one free.
Get them out there. Let's see what happens. I can get my man boobs out.
No.
Nobody wants to see mine yet.
Yeah, look, Simon's sticking up for me. I mean, not that I'm a prude or anything, but I'm not showing everybody. and then the viewers dropping like flies.
It go viral. Oh, we got the grey sauce.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're winding one another up now.
Gail's going grey. I'm going bold.
Oh, we did as well, Gail, because Callum made a
massive slice of chocolate.
Callum made a chocolate Victoria sponge, but he melted some white chocolate, and then he put some like these little tiny Easter eggs on top.
Yeah, mini eggs.
Yeah, mini eggs.
What do you call them? So
I've got a rival in the baking department.
You already got about on TV. The bear not job. It's recorded.
He's put anxious. What?
Says it already got about on TV. I says it's a good job she's recorded it.
Oh dear.
And she uses face masks. Thought of the Grace Keith, maybe I should grow a grey beard.
But yeah, on a more serious note, I commend them that actually stripped off last night. I mean, it's all in a good cause. It was in aid of testicular and prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Now, each one had got their own story, and his name John Partridge. That was it. He used to be in EastEnders anyway. But he was diagnosed with prostate cancer or testicular cancer, should I say, in 2004. And he'd not told anybody apart from his family. And I sat there with a tear in my eye because he broke down because he's not actually told anybody other than his family. And that was in 2004.
I'm going to bake an upside down pineapple cake for Easter. Ooh.
So, yes, and what was that footballer's name again?
John Hartson.
Yeah,
there were for Celtic.
Yeah, there were a footballer on. And basically, he'd had a lump on his testicles for 4 years and never done anything about it. Well, by the time, he says he has to have his tested every 6 months. And he'd left it for 4 years without doing anything about it. And by the time they'd caught it, it had spread to his lymph nodes. It had even spread to his brain. And how he's still alive, it were a miracle. He had to have 2 operations on his brain. You know, like under normal circumstances, he shouldn't be alive.
Nope.
And that touched my heart as well. And basically that was the aim of the Full Monty performance.
So by days 4 years exactly.
Yeah, he left it 4 years and he'd had these lumps on his testicles for 4 years.
Oh, I'll just show Random and Keith. I don't think Salter has seen it. The watch.
Oh yeah.
You can show them.
Yeah, this is it. This is his award. What he got today, Keith and Gail.
That's it. You got it.
And he's got a little pin badge as well.
And this.
And his granddad gave him a watch.
Gave him a watch. And it's not a windy up watch. It's not run by battery. It's run by pure light. So all he has to do is keep it from being covered up, and it'll be running all the time.
And Mucker says, I have also got a lump on my one testicle. And doctor says it's a cyst, but he never put that on my record. But same as I say, the message that they're trying to get across, and we had a laugh because they made all the men in the audience, and it was at Sheffield City Hall as well, the Full Monty performance. They made all the men in the audience stand up and examine themselves.
Yeah, it was nice. Awesome.
So it's basically bringing awareness to prostate and testicular cancer. Now, the one tonight is the same message, but to the ladies about breast cancer. So, you know, same as I said to Chris, I take my hat off to him. It's got to take some balls, pardon the pun, got to take some balls for him to get up onto stage and strip live on TV in front of thousands of people. You know, I take my hat off to him.
Yeah,
because I won't be able to do it.
No, but I don't have. But I do wonder why it's on my record. I'm going to ask.
Well, I would if I was you. And it's took us. Gail says took. Ginger is looking chilled at the back. No, that way.
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fast on. I'll whack him up.
So yeah, so I mean, same as I say, and they're not just everyday people off the streets that are doing this Full Monty. For the people in the USA that don't know, they are celebrities that are taking the clothes off. And when I say taking the clothes off, they took everything off.
The whole caboodle.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much they raised because they did it last year and it was such a success. And there was even an old gentleman came on and he says he watched it last year and it got him to examine himself, and he found a lump on his testicle, and he went to the doctors and was diagnosed with cancer.
So
and he said if it hadn't been for watching that last year, he wouldn't have tested himself or examined himself, so it just goes to show it's getting the message across for people to examine themselves, not just men, women as well.
Exactly.
So
I'm more than willing to help Mrs. P check herself.
Crimson.
Hello, Crimson. It's all gone quiet now.
But we did have a laugh about it last night, because I says to Pixie, I says, I've got to examine you. So he says, what for? I says, I've got to feel your nuts.
I love that. Not a joke.
So, I mean, we're laughing as we joke about it, but I would urge anybody that, there is symptoms to look out for. They did tell you the symptoms to look out for. So, and it basically, they were saying that because men don't want to talk about it, because obviously it's, in a sense, it's private. But if it's going to save your life, then 2 minutes once a week.
Oh my. My hubby always tells me to examine his nuts too. I wish my missus would check mine. He's got to be raunchy, he says.
But yeah, I mean, it's all right laughing about, as I say, we had a laugh about it last night.
She's out.
Onlooker says, I will talk about anything with anyone. I check my own and I do a good job.
Well, can you talk to me about your bank account details then, Mucker, and send them over?
Well, you see, the thing is as well, Ashley Banjo were choreographing the dancing, and they actually got him behind this screen, and the doctor gave him a thorough examination in front of all these people in Sheffield City Hall last night. Albeit there were a screen there, but they were trying to, tell people how to examine themselves. I tell him to go and fly a kite. But yeah, I mean, same as, I mean, the nail on the head last night. Cancer doesn't discriminate in age, in race, or anything. So that's the moral of the story. Cancer doesn't discriminate.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I mean, you see, Jeff Brazier did it because obviously it was with Jay Goody and they had 2 children together, and she died of cancer, and that was not going for a smear and getting herself checked out.
One every year, don't you? You still have them?
No, because now I've got to a certain age, I only have to go once every 5 years now. It was once every 3 years, but now it's every 5 years.
I thought it every year. Just kidding, I do my duties and do them.
But you see, this doctor, well, last night was saying, oh, you've got to sort of get your fingers up the back of the balls and feel with your thumb. Basically telling you how to check them. So I hope you're doing it right, Marie.
Testicles, actually.
Balls, testicles, nuts, whatever you want to call them.
You can't call them nuts because then Salty will say, what? Oh. Is that another notification about the...
But yes, hey, Ray Ray's in.
Ray, how are you? I'm going to have a look.
And Frugal Farmer's in. Telling everybody to check the balls.
Literally.
So, there you go.
124 views.
Ooh. So, and for Ray and Frugal Farmer, Callum got his Diamond Phoenix Award today, and his dad gave him his granddad gave him a watch.
Here's the watch when I put that now.
What have you done with it?
Behind me.
It's behind
you. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the watch that Pixie's dad gave to Callum. Frugal says it is what ex-wife got custody of his.
Oh dear.
Marie says Jeanette and I are the ball checkers. That we are, Marie. I don't mind examining anybody's balls. Mr. P might have something to say about it, but I don't mind examining anybody's balls.
She examines the balls of the firemen every day when I'm at work. She's got them on speed dial and it's not 999.
So yes, so as the title says, Mr. and Mrs. P are happy bunnies today.
Oh yes, very happy indeed. Kimbo, can you find your notes? That's Random Life saying it, not me.
Well, we had to. Oi, Savaloy. Hey, this is the thing. I mean, probably only the UK people will know who I'm on about. They were taking the mickey out of Jeff Brazier, who was Jade Goody's ex-partner, because he'd got a big willy.
We're on radio, weren't you?
Yeah.
Because one of the radio presenters said, his name Dixie, the radio presenter, he said, well, I've got huge respect for, what's his name?
Jeff Brazier.
Jeff Brazier now for how big his winky is.
And when they were doing the men yesterday, all the ladies that were doing the one tonight was all sat in the front row. And he gave Colleen Nolan a pair of binoculars so she could see them more closely. And he says, well, you're not going to need them for Jeff's.
Yeah.
And then there were Faith that's just come into Emmerdale, and he gave her a magnifying glass.
Well, Ray saying, fixing up to go live shortly from the world's most haunted tunnel.
Ooh.
That should be good.
And Gail says, Ray, Random Laugh says, Ray, I'd crap my pants. I would just stand in an entrance to the tunnel.
Let alone go in it. I'll have to get in there. I'd do it, but not on my own. You'd have to hold me hand.
I'm going to say, you'd hear him screaming like a baby.
There's no moths in there, I'm sound. Don't do moths.
Or snakes.
It's for snakes. Oh God, no. No. Let's put it this way: if a snake coming in there, I'll be out that door quickly. You can say, "Where's that snake?" And it's not Jeff Brazier's.
You want to like Emmerdale tonight then, because there was a snake loose in that one.
Oh, sod that then. Snakes.
It had got out its cage.
Oh no, don't do snakes.
It's haunted for sure.
Oh, should get some good footage on that one then, Ray. I'll keep an eye out. Any idea where you're going on it, mate?
A bird in the hand says you're going to love the replay, Pixie.
Oh.
Yeah, well, there's two one out of tower. They've got to have a bit of talent in it, haven't they, really? As well as Olden's, because Ruth Maddock is doing it. And she's ancient as they come.
Must be nearly 70.
I bet.
Easy.
Well, Colleen Nolan's in her 50s, and that that plays Faith Dingle, she must be in her 60s.
Yeah, definitely. Is that Zach's wife?
No, it I think it. Well, I don't know.
Don't remember.
I think it's Kane's mum, and he had an affair with Kane's mum, and that's how they got Kane. Because he thought Shadrach, when she was married to Shadrach, he had an affair with her.
Right.
But I don't know who else is in. I know somebody out of Tow is in it, and Ruth Maddox, Colleen Nolan, and this.
Oh, it's not tonight, man. Because it said you got 8 watching on there, and then 9 watching on there.
10 likes.
10 likes, awesome. Smash the like.
And Hicks is off work now for 9 days.
Woohoo! I was going to go out with Betty this morning, but I wasn't knackered.
Well, when we came back from Callum's award ceremony, he says to me, do you fancy a
Sandwich?
Yeah, do you fancy a sandwich? So I says, yeah, you can do, because none of us had time for any breakfast.
Choppers rule. How are you?
Hiya, morning from Australia.
Good morning.
Good day.
Good day.
But so we went to the sandwich shop, and he says, we'll take them home with us, we'll have a coffee.
Thank you, Ray. Sorry.
So we had the sandwich. I had a bacon and mushroom. What did you have? Sausage and egg. Sausage and egg.
Usual.
Because basically it was breakfast. So we had a coffee. And then Mr. here had the cheek to say, oh, I think I'm going to get down for a cat nap.
I'm not very well.
Bearing in mind that I'd woke up at 3:15 this morning, and I was still awake at 4:45, and I'd got to get up at 6 o'clock with Callum. And I haven't had a sleep all day.
I've had 2. Well, 1.5. I'm getting
because it was lovely and sunny.
They were this
morning.
Beautiful.
So basically, we went shopping. Well, before we went shopping, we took the car through one of these hand wash things.
Barbara got washed.
Yeah. So
Barbara's car.
We went to this hand car wash where they do everything by hand, and then from there we went on to our Asda/Walmart in America. And on the way back, it started raining. And he'd put the drone in the car. So we was planning on flying the drone on his way back. So, of course, it started raining. And it's been chucking it down ever since.
So I'm not happy.
So I says to Mr. P, I said, if you hadn't have...
Said we want a sandwich.
If you hadn't have had the nap...
Women are much tougher than men.
Yes, they are. We just have to soldier through. Well, I've been bunged up all day, and I keep blowing my nose.
I've got all weight on my shoulders. I'm gonna have to strip.
Oh, you want to put fan on, Mr. P?
Well, they're all here. You've got 10 of them.
Can I unplug this charger?
Yeah.
There ain't no plug in it.
There's no plug in it, so you're all right.
There you go.
That's better. I've got my Pixie channel to get it on. Woohoo!
So, yes. So, for to understand.
Exactly. This man flu, you know, it don't go away quite easily. We're going to fight through it, aren't we, Simon? Then sometimes it does get a bit too much, so we've got to have a lie down, aren't we?
It is, Keith. I'm taping it. You only want to see women get the kit off.
Yeah, too right. Well, watch it end bit. I'll fast forward it.
Because I taped the men one last night, but I watched it.
He says, are you watching it? He says, well, what I want to see is some men's bottoms for. The Willy Wonkers.
It don't show you the Willy Wonkers.
Tuck it up, princess. I know, but I'm getting old.
Hey, I'm nearly 10 years older than you.
I'm not. I'm sugar daddy. Yeah, I'm not a toy boy. I'm sugar daddy. I'm flu is a killer log. See? I've had it a month. I thought I got rid of it, but it come back with a vengeance the other day, didn't it?
Well, you get it to me and I'll get it you back.
My tongue's all yellow. I'm not sticking now.
Oh,
No, I was commenting on you two taking your tops off. I can take the t-shirt off.
Oh, God.
Go out the shop and chuckle these.
No.
No.
You don't want to scare them off.
Right, wait a minute. I'm getting a bit loud.
I'm not taking mine off if that's what you think.
No. Oil sport.
Even though, same as I say, I'm not a prude and
I hope you don't take your tops off.
I'm not a prude or anything. You know, I'm not. Well, let's put it this way. I've got all saggy bits, but I'm not ashamed of my body, and I don't mind getting naked.
Just took mine off, Kendall. I bet your daughter's going, Dad, put it back on again.
But you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, you know, I'm not doing it live on YouTube.
I like his saggy bits. What was that idiot?
Something like retards.
Oh dear.
He's retracted it, that's why.
I'd use it. No, go back on it. Go on his. Oh, well, it goes up. Wrong one! Oh, there you go. I'd use it. Boom. There you go. Always one.
Keith says, let's get naked on Random's next live stream.
I'm sitting in a singlet and shorts with the fan going. We just put our fan on. Even though it is...
It's not all that warm, but it is in this corner.
Before it gets red hot on my PC. It is currently, refresh, 4 Celsius.
4 Celsius.
And raining.
Birding the hand naked on Randoms sounds fun.
It looks like bird in the hand.
Uh-huh.
I think you should. You know what I mean? Ooh, thank you for the comments on the video, Keith. Awesome. Oh, Keith, the Random. Aussie Mark has bought the Osmo Mobile 2. He was testing it out on his latest video and it looked rather cool. There you go.
Well, it's a case of you take yours off and I'll take mine off.
Yeah, but take what off?
But we have to do it for charity. Yeah, and you have to let Random check your balls.
Oh dear.
It's going to be 33 degrees centigrade here today. I'm going to try and finish my fire truck today.
Oh, cool.
It's all right bragging that it's 33.
We don't like hot weather. Yes, I have seen his video. Good break. Hello. Thanks again for subbing me.
But well, hey, I've got a blue. I've gone all blue.
Woohoo! Got a blue spanner. Well, not up for that.
She might hurt me. Best way testing. Fuckers woke up.
Oh, is it woke up?
Yeah. I love the cold weather. We'll do your swap then.
Yeah. Well, come and live there. You will come and live here.
It's absolutely bouncing it down in Sheffield.
It is in the UK.
Bouncing it down.
The forecast snow for Easter Monday.
They don't have no balls in that cold.
Bet she has cold hands.
My word, this afternoon they were absolutely. I don't know whether I'd got a chiller or whatever.
How were you, buddy?
Right out there this afternoon, I had to cover myself up because I went all cold. He says anytime.
What?
Doing a swap.
Hey, right, how's tomorrow sound?
You won't be able to cope with it.
I will. Bet it would. Bet the drone. Went everywhere. You went there some monkeys. None.
Well, that's what I say. We moan when it's cold.
Never moan when it's hot.
Oh, gold.
2 cyclones coming towards us. Oh, how's about next week then? Don't do cyclones.
Change of plans. He's going to leave it till next week now. Or could it be she reaches the parts others can't?
Well, that was Carlsberg. It was cold up there. Here this afternoon.
And Marie says we would have to dig them out their asses.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, excuse me.
Having said that,
What?
when we went to bed last night, I don't think I covered myself up all night.
No, the front cover's on me.
Well, I got to do something. You were snoring again. Kept me awake an hour and a half.
Well, they'll get me back for all those years and you kept me up. Vice versa now.
Yes, I woke up at 3:15 and at 4:45 I was still awake.
He knows exactly how I'm feeling.
What a great live stream tonight.
You're always great on Mrs. P's channel. Always.
We cover a multitude of subjects.
We do. Anything.
Am I eyes red because I feel ever so sore?
A little bit.
Like I've got it feels like they're irritated.
You probably just need to wash them.
I was still on YouTube at 5 AM.
I had the AC going all night. Oh, yeah.
No wonder they're happy, bunnies, Eagle.
I was still on YouTube at 5. Are you mad, lad? Mind you don't go to bed during night, do you?
Somebody was snoozing their head off.
Yes, because of a cat.
Yeah. And then Benny actually came into the bedroom and took over Mr. P's pillow.
Yeah, he kicked me off, so I kicked him off. Covered the whole pillow and sat on the head.
I mean, you know, like our cats curl up in a
We
ball.
only sleeps 4 hours.
Normally, a cat would curl up in a ball.
He didn't.
He like stretches himself out the whole way across the top of Pixie's pillow.
It's not as if it's a small cat. He's a bloody big cat.
He's very long, isn't he?
Yeah, long as hell.
And you can imagine a pillow what you have on your bed.
What's the on your pillow? A bit like my wife almost. I have 4 cats and 2 dogs.
I have a new rescue dog.
Oh, cool, awesome. I was out for the count at 6 AM then.
Oh, up at 6.
Hey?
She was up at 6.
Oh, up at 6.
So was I. Only having had about 4 hours sleep.
You know, if it's nice at 5 in the morning, can you wake me up and I can get drowned out?
Oh, if you're snoring again tonight at 3:15, I'll be kicking you out at 3:15.
Oh, yeah. You heard that, didn't you? Threatening with violence.
I didn't say
Kick.
Well,
kick.
just push you out of bed.
That's not violence. Pushing me.
And you'll land with a thud on the floor.
See? Physical violence.
That'll wake you up and stop you snoring.
I can't see what to say. I was awake at 6 but went to sleep back to sleep till 10. I was up at 5. I think 4 hours is fine. Oh God no. If I don't get my 8 hours, I'm right grumpy off.
Aww.
He was on death row, so I took him and
Found him forever home.
Oh, bless you. Well done, you, sir.
Well, that's why I'm yawning.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's the man.
Oh, that's all right, then. Sorry.
Well, the ginger cat that was on the table just a minute ago, we adopted him just over a year ago. Well, it were a year ago in February.
Yeah.
And he came from a house that had got 16 cats. So when he first got here, he hid behind the sofa for just above a week.
Yeah.
And I sort of tempted him out. moving the food a bit further away. I put it like in the space behind the sofa, and I thought, well, this is not, you know, doing anything. So, you know, next day I put it a bit further away from the sofa, and he came out and he ate it. So, day after that, I put it a bit even further away till I'd got him sort of out into the open, and he's been out ever since. But he has got a tendency.
I can see it twice.
I have 2 ginger cats, a black and white one and a grey and white one.
Ooh.
Well, Tucker's the one that we adopted last February.
Yeah.
Lucy's over there. She's a black and white one, and then we've got an all black one that is Benny that was on Pixie's pillow. But he's getting an old man now. He's nearly 8 now.
Yeah, nearly 8.
He's behind you.
The poor kitty. I don't hear look.
So but you see, we've sort of got him out of a lot of bad habits because we buy him these like meaty sticks, and we also buy him the like little treat biscuits. And after we'd sort of coaxed him out initially, and we started giving him these sticks, it were like, you know,
Grabbing it.
But it's not as bad now. You know, it's not as bad now. And I mean, at one time, Pixie had to break it up and put it down on the floor for him because he'd snatch at your hand.
No, I don't.
He actually takes it out your hand now. But it's got to be there on front row when there's anything going.
Our oldest one is 12, and the youngest is 11 months.
Well, Tucker will just turn 1 in December, won't he?
Yeah. And Jeanette got he say sit just before you give him a S-T-I-C-K. You got to spell it out, or I think he's going to get one. Yeah, you give him a, and he say sit, and
I taught it. Yeah, I taught him how to sit.
Here he is,
the man of the hour,
the Lurkio dance. Dun, 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 dun. I know what you could do while you're in here, young sir.
Well,
yes, can you go and get me a beer, please?
no.
Thank you very much.
Pour me a drink.
I'm getting drunk like a video.
Pour me a drink of pop out, and his trousers are falling down.
Pull your trousers up, I see you.
Yes,
moon.
this is not this one. That
one.
was Callum that's
That
got
one.
the Phoenix Gold Award.
My daughter's cat is evil, wicked. It's from
Hey,
oh dear. Is that a bit of a dodgy one that scratches left, right, and centre?
Only if you do that.
But yeah, same as I say.
Get us my beer, then, while I'm waiting. I think your mum wants to drink. No. Come on, Slim.
Lurkio, international man of mystery. I did that for him. But you wouldn't believe it was the same cat that he was a year ago.
And now, half the time, I can't get rid of him. Follows me about all over.
Oh.
There are 2 cats on one night, and police found them both with body. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, mate. You get me beer.
Huh?
He wants another one of them bottles.
Yeah, alcoholic.
But yeah. Sneak up on your own pants. But yeah, same as I say, you wouldn't believe it's the same cat as he was a year ago. I mean, when we initially, that was in Truro as well.
Oh, damn.
There's some evil pigs out there.
Isn't there? Is that the ones they put at the cathedral door book? Yeah. Oh my God.
Horrible.
Yeah, innit,
Marie says, "Oh my God, shoot that kid."
Yes,
There
there is
is.
some sick, twisted people in the world.
I mean, at the end of the day, the animals don't do anything to them.
Nope.
You know, why treat them that way?
Just sick as hell.
But yeah, you won't believe it was the same cat as what we had got a year ago. I mean, when we actually,
That's what Mum can borrow it.
what?
That's my last, yeah. Mum can borrow it.
Yeah, so when we actually went to see him, because we adopted him from the Cats Protection League,
Put some apples, huh?
she got like, because she were like a fosterer. Oh, she weren't on that. I thought she was on about Callum then. She's on about in the skinning cats and whatever.
No, sick out. Sick out.
Even when we went to this lady, she was a fosterer, and she got kittens. And I think she got about 8 altogether, hasn't she?
Something like that.
And even went and hid behind the telly when we went to.
Yeah.
When we went.
No person was showing any interest.
No,
in it.
he was the only cat that she was fostering that nobody took any interest in.
Just because he were hiding. I mean, look at him now.
Because he was shy. The same as I said to Pixie.
Talk about your ducks.
You imagine coming from a home that had got 16 cats, he'd not been shown any love and attention.
No.
He'd probably not been fed properly,
No.
and had to fight for every morsel that he had. You know, and basically, he just needed love and attention and some TLC, which obviously.
Cookie the cat, I am building the monster fire truck for. He was 4 weeks old when I found him in a storm drain. Oh, bless him.
But same as I say, you know,
Oh my God.
it just goes to show you what a bit of time and patience can do. I mean, you can see from him there. I mean, he's
got face off.
What I say is being a bit of a spitting his dummy out at the moment.
He's tired.
I'll tell you what you can do, Callum.
You know, but you wouldn't believe it with the same cat, and they just need care, attention, and love, and feeding properly.
I heard about that in the bed, and yeah, that was sick that way, wasn't it? Oh my God, I was true here that respect.
Why don't you do it
what I
to
understand.
Why don't you do it to Nira?
Because that's your new job, Mister. Lower.
Right down
so
to
you're right over it. Callum, come here.
You know what to do.
Yeah, but you're out against door, aren't you?
So yeah,
over there.
Eagles, Keith's going.
Oh, see you later, Mr. Eagle.
See you later, Keith. Thanks for coming in. Oh, they think the one in Cornwall is the one that's been doing it in Croydon.
Oh, so
well, the only thing I've got to say is pity he ain't got nothing better to do.
No.
See you later, Keith.
I said do exactly the same thing to him.
That's it. Well, being as we're on about balls,
yeah,
I'd either chop them off or string them up with them.
Yeah, hang them up with it.
Well, I don't know why I took to get jail all the time.
Why?
To do with jail's finding 16 cats.
Yeah.
Chopper's rule says I had to shoot some feral cats on a friend's property once they were attacking his chickens. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Oh, Gail, you never said if you wanted to come on a panel or not. We did ask. And me and Pixie do the same skin him alive. Too damn right, mate.
That's what I say. They either want doing same to what they're doing to the cats, or if I got my hands on them, I'd either chop the nuts off or string them up with them.
And feed it to them. Be like Silence of the Lambs, that film where he cooks his brain and then feeds it to him. That's a nice image for you at bedtime, so sorry, mate.
Thank you. I'll be having that then.
Yeah, and you're late at 6 minutes past.
No, I'm not. I'm staying up.
That's what
Just because you've got your Diamond Phoenix Award.
Watching the Blades.
Not tonight, you're streaming tomorrow. Well, come on then. Yes, I shall be streaming
Pixel
tomorrow.
probably be streaming.
Watching the Blades.
Yes.
Blades are on tonight.
No, they're not.
Tonight, they're on tomorrow night. They're on Monday night.
They're rescheduled.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
Oh,
That's
glass. Come on. See you at morning.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye everybody.
Oh, slap of chops.
Well, the only thing I can say, Simon, is they're not right in head.
No,
I'm
And I watch a lot of crime.
The bed.
I watch a lot of crime things, And they say that's how murderers start, by
Animals.
killing animals.
I don't like people who are cruel to animals. I have a baseball bat
With their name on it.
So damn right.
But yeah, I
Bye,
mean,
mate.
you know,
Oh, you say bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, look, you say bye.
Bye.
you know, you know, I watch a lot of these programs, and
Simon says bye.
Bye,
there's
Simon.
been a thing on telly, like kids that kill, and they start off by killing and torturing animals.
Mm.
So what happens next? Does he start murdering people?
That's true.
Yeah, see?
Damn right. Good morning, mate.
You see, I've watched a lot of crime programs, and it says once they've had that thrill of killing animals, and they keep killing animals, that when they get to a certain point, they can't get the same thrill as they once did when they first started killing animals. So they go on to the next step, which is killing human beings.
Mm. I think they should bring back death penalty in the UK.
Or service. Yeah, that's
Serial
true.
killers, stuff like that, yeah. They've got to bring back death sentence and 2 years national service.
They'd soon kick them into touch if they were in army.
Oh, God, yeah. 2 years national service. As soon as they reach 18, boom, get them in. My daughter's cat is trying to drink my wife's coffee. Oh, Eddie used to do that, didn't he?
And somebody else tried sitting there looking lovingly at your cup.
Lucy Lou.
Yeah. So, same as I say, I've watched plenty of crime programs that they start off by killing animals, and when the thrills wore off, they go on to the next step, which is killing either other children or adults.
Yeah. Lucy was sat on me lap earlier while where Mrs. P sat, and had a latte in a tall glass that we have. And she was like sniffing at my cup and says, good luck, you think you'd having any of that?
It took us having a wash.
He's having a wash, bless him. Think twice.
Uh,
So there you go. How long are you going on for, Mrs. P? I don't know how long we've been on.
about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
Cookie is laying at the foot of my recliner chair snoozing as well. But if you search through one of our videos, it says cat snores his head off. It's only about 10-15 seconds long.
Oh, God, when we were in that box.
It was Tucker in that box that's down there that's got shoes in it now. He fell asleep and he got sort of like that. And all the thinking he were. I said, I've never known a cat snort as loud as him.
It like got his head.
Hey, CCTV user.
Hiya. It got his head buried in his paws like that, and I think that's what we're making him
snore.
I think it had obstructed his nostrils or something.
How's my fellow internet geek? How are you today? Or tonight, I should say. You're from the UK. I'm a poet and I don't know it.
Oh.
There you go. This one's all quiet. This is peas, just drunk of vodka.
Lemonade.
Vodka. Fizzy vodka.
My wife's cat can snore so loud I can hear him in the lounge.
Oh, God.
So none of ours really snore, but that night when Tucker were in that box, he was curled up in a ball. And
I'm good, but being out with a drone flying is so addictive. Told you. Did you ever find out what drone it was? And did you sort out the problem? Is this your drone or is it your dad's drone? Now, once I get out with it, that's it. I'm off. And I got from wish.com a sun protector for my mobile phone. So when I'm flying on it, it's covered the sun up. What?
Simon said my wife snores so loud all the cats from the neighbourhood do her on her.
Well, that's what she says, but I think it's her snoring.
I don't snore now.
No, not now because she's got a mask.
I've got a CPAP machine.
Yeah.
My snoring days are over.
She's just got to put up with me now. Yes, I'm getting me revenge off. Oh, what about when Lucy sat where she's now? She's dozing again. She nearly went. And sometimes she's laid down and right next to Mrs. P's head. And
yeah, she keeps
then,
farting.
yeah, then she'll have a little whiff.
I lay on the sofa the other night because I've got bad knees, so I lay down on the sofa, and she sort of
Hey. Hello,
lay on the sofa on the arm, and I sat there and I went, "Oh, I'm sure she's let rip." There's no wonder when she's right next to me.
I don't snore. I've never woken myself up. I have to record yourself. Do a time lapse for snoring. Took a scene it with you on there. I thought, no, that's not my dad. I'm getting back down now.
I swear blind, I'm going to take my phone up and prove to you that our largest snore.
Where's that thing?
I'm going to record him snoring.
All right, I've recorded Mr. P often enough. I sleep with oxygen on, but I still snore.
Well, you see, the thing is, this CPAP machine, it's just like a mask that goes over your nose, but obviously you've got to put it over your head.
Well, when you're in ambulance and they put oxygen on you with that mask, it's like that.
But when you suffer with sleep apnea, which is what I suffer with, basically stop breathing in your sleep. So I got diagnosed with sleep apnea. So they gave me this CPAP machine. And it's one that just covers your nose. So it blows oxygen or air through your nose down into your throat. And when you stop breathing, the tube in your throat is constricted. So the air, when you breathe in, isn't going down. And that's what stops you breathing. Well, the aim of this CPAP machine is it blows constant airflow down your throat and keeps the airways open. So I'm not cured, because if I hadn't got that machine, I'd stop breathing. And when I went for the sleep study, I stopped breathing 32 times in an hour.
And she wakes up by coughing because she can't breathe.
So it is a very dangerous thing to have.
It is.
Because if you stop breathing, obviously you're stopping breathing. So you're starving your heart of oxygen. So that's why you have to have this CPAP machine. Because it's all the while you've got your mask on, it's blowing air down your throat and opening your airwaves. Air, your air thing. And obviously it's keeping you breathing all night.
CCTV user says in the next few months my window will be open for 3 months over the summer months.
Oh, well, I know.
That's if we don't have beach from at least part 4. 5 and 6 and 7. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
yes.
it is a very, very dangerous thing to have. And it mostly affects people that are overweight.
I think what it is because you've got a big neck and it like when you're laid on it, it closes the airways a bit. Like that, you know what I mean? I think that's what it is.
So you can imagine, you're like starving your brain of oxygen, you're starving your heart of oxygen. So it is very dangerous.
I've had that for 10 years, miles from the acid reflux coming up and trying to go in my lungs, and some nights I jump up choking. Doctors told me while I sleep I am suffocating every 5 minutes. Yeah, that's about right, mate.
Well, mine ain't caused by, it's basically my airways is constricted. And the way that the consultant or the doctor explained it to me, in your airways, you've got like a flap.
Yes, mate, it is. Is that where you wake up gasping for panicking? Yeah.
Well, you see, before I was diagnosed, I was waking up, and I'm going to give you a demonstration now. and this is how I were. I'd wake up and I'd be going, and you know, you're like gasping for breath. You can't get enough oxygen down into your lungs.
This last time I left my window open, all that ended up with the swift flying. Oh dear.
Yeah, I would if I were you. If that's what's happening, if you're waking up in the middle of the night, and as I've just demonstrated, you're going, winter, and then because I'm gasping for breath, I start coughing, and I'm, you know, and I'm. It sort of literally makes me, you know, like feel sick.
It says that it is, but they still say my acid is not bad enough to have a knock. Seems strange that though, doesn't it?
That's exactly it. Well, I'd go and get, because you see, when you go to your doctors, basically, they get you to fill a questionnaire out, and it's, do you feel in the morning when you get up, do you feel more tired than before you went to bed? Yes, tick. Do you find that at every opportunity you're nodding off to sleep? Yes, tick. Do you snore very loudly? Tick.
I think I might have it.
CCTV user says you ain't sure for a few seconds. This is it. It's like you gasp and you're trying to get as much air into your lungs as you possibly can, but because you've stopped breathing, you're trying to take gasps of air in, which you can't cope with. So that's why you panic, and that's why you're having to take very deep breaths.
Is old Bucky going live later on? If so, we'll all jump on you on.
I think they won't do anything because of my emphysema.
Oh, what's that?
Well, they should do something. It's like a lot of miners.
Oh, right.
It's like dust on your lungs.
Yeah. Well, they should do something.
Well, that's it. I mean,
if they don't.
Well, I know that, and you know that.
I always store off the gallon of phosphorus. You know, I'll be storing tonight again with this lot, and I've got a cold as well, so double the trouble. It's not good. How's Richard? Have you been out with your drone yet, mate? Oh, we're going to go out with mine, but
started raining. Oh dear.
We're setting up Mrs. B.
I'll go until about past.
What's I've done now?
20 past.
All right, open up. Well, no,
Eindog asked me if I said he can instead.
Okie dokie. I used to start working at 6, 7 in the morning and finish at 9 p.m. at night, so I'm tired all the time. Now I don't have my day job anymore. My contract went out, so did I.
Right.
Oh,
but yes, CCTV user, if I was you, I'd go to the doctor.
Yes. Go check that.
You know, when somebody's been talking about sleep apnea and you've got all the symptoms, basically, same as I say, the doctor will get you to fill a questionnaire in. And if you're ticking all the boxes, the next thing they'll do is send you for a sleep study.
Yeah, sleep study, which means they'll send you into hospital. They'll fix you a machine.
Well, when we was in Nottinghamshire, I had to go in hospital overnight, and they ring you up to all these like thing on end of your finger and all these things stuck all over you and all this malarkey. And then I went home the next morning.
Yeah, that's how she found out she not breathing 32 times.
And that's how they knew I'd stopped breathing 32 times in an hour. But when we moved to Sheffield, I'd already got the CPAP machine. So obviously with moving to a new area, I went to the doctor and I says, I've got a CPAP machine. I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. And she says, in order for me to refer you to the respiratory clinic, you'll have to go and see them. And basically, all they did was give me like a watch to wear. Now, when I first did that, I had to just wear the watch and not wear my CPAP machine. So then you have to take the watch back to the hospital the next morning for them to take the data off it. And then they'll say, well, we'll send for you in about 6 weeks' time. So they send you a letter. Right. Here's your CPAP machine, a new CPAP machine. Take the watch home with you again, but this time put the watch on, but we're in the CPAP machine. But that's how they did it. That's how it is round here. But you see, when we was in Nottinghamshire, I had to go in the hospital overnight. I am still waiting to hear about my common bile duct. That's 11 instead of 3, and can burst at any time, but they still do. Well, that's NHS for you.
Just say you're from Bangladesh and you'll get seen straight away, mate. I take 2 tablets for acid if you smoke.
If you smoke,
because that really helps.
Well, since I had my operation, they put me on some acid reflux tablets. Is it lansoprazole? I think I take for acid reflux, but I still get it. Well, not all the time.
So
but
that gives you heartburn in that.
Yeah.
I get heartburn when I'm tired.
So basically, yeah.
Thanks 4 months ago, after 20 years, thanks to the vaping. Now I also don't vape. Also, well done you. I was going to be an organ donor, but I don't think there is much that's any good. Oh dear. Stop smoking, I know, mate. I know.
Well, this is it, same as I say. I don't get it very often, but I still get it occasionally.
I'm just getting tired.
Choppers ulcers, I know somebody else that's like that.
Like I said before, if I don't get my 8 hours sleep, I'm cranky as hell. And if I knacker from work,
I bought, because Callum's the same, and I bought them both identical set of pajamas, and it says Grumpy Bear in the morning. And they're both the same.
It's not smoking, it's the nicotine. Okie dokie. It's like.
Yeah, I like me. I only had about 3-4 hours last night. I get up all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning, and
I'll sleep straight through. I'm still knackered. If I go to bed late, I'm knackered. If I go to bed early, I'm knackered. So I might not got bloody sleep. I stopped smoking. It took 7 months before my acid got loads better. Cool. Oh, yeah. I stopped smoking when I was 14. I couldn't
outrun my mum.
She was a big lady and all. I still get the urge to have a ciggy now and then, but I took my drone and tell myself.
I look at my drone.
What drone is it? You never said. Is it a Phantom? Is it a Mavic? Is it a little dinky one?
Racing drone.
Is it a Cymax?
Get that thing out. What you had off wish.com. Where's it?
Well, I didn't want to get it out because I knew we all live stream. I meant
Phantom 4.
My drone as well.
No, he's not on the back getting anything else out.
No. What did you say? What?
Phantom 4.
Oh, there's not Phantom 4?
Uh-huh.
Swap, yeah. Mine's a Phantom 3. You can downgrade.
Yeah, Fix is getting this is what he ordered.
I ordered this off wish.com and it cost £2 porting and packaging. The item was the item was actually free. That's it there, look. It's like a little sun visor. Stops the sun from shining.
And there's your suction pad where your phone goes on it.
I can't see it. It says, oh, it's a keypad.
So, yeah. Nice handy bit of kit, that, isn't it?
Mm. Not bad for free.
Bought two
non-DJI
non-DJI batteries and they will. Well, that's one thing Pixie ain't got. He hasn't got a spare battery.
Oh, I need at least one more battery.
He keeps saying he's going to
invest in one.
I have to sit in the car when I fly. I can't see my damn screen if I don't. Well, that is what that's for. Because Pixie were finding when he were having to go like that and put his hand over the top of his phone because he couldn't see the screen. Well, that is what that's for. It's to, so you know.
When it's sunny, you struggle to see your phone. Yeah. What Phantom have you got? Phantom 4 have you got?
The advanced or the standard? See, you know.
No, I think the 4s have only got the.
Yeah, we were looking at nearly 60 quid, aren't they?
But batteries, but Phantom 4 batteries are a bit more expensive than what
it says. They're a D. It says they're a D. Do Phantom batteries.
Oh, aren't they just? I think Phantom 3 is
standard.
Mine.
I think.
It
says normal one. Means standard.
Oh no, yeah. I don't know if they do a standard one for 4. Might do. I can't. I said to get a Phantom 4 Pro with the even better camera, 4K camera, and longer distance. But you should always have it in sight and stay away from people, at least 50 meters up in the air when people are around.
Do you use Facebook CCTV user? Because there is a lot of drone groups on Facebook.
If you're doing it for Facebook videos, and also if you use, there's a phantompilots.com where I've just joined. Well, I've joined it for a while, but I've not been sharing my videos on there. I'll start sharing my videos on there, and yet go and fly it on there. Post them on there. Sorry.
I do use it, but not much. Yeah, there's one.
Bike.
I was looking at the Phantom 4 Pro, but I would prefer another bike.
I do use it, but not much.
It says you can get cheap Chinese ones, but it's very risky.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pixie's in a one or two groups that's on Facebook. Ludes.
I always put my phone under my helicopter to video my area, but I was always worried it would. Not good.
Now we got round to talking about drones.
You blame CCTV who's on that one. I didn't start it.
It always on my live streams comes back to drones, one way or the other.
When you say get your thing out, I won't get it big.
Well, I was just wanting you to show.
Show it to everybody.
Pixie,
don't blame me. I'm blaming CCTV.
It's all his fault.
Drone. Who did start it? I bought one because of you, so you can't blame me for talking about it.
That's it, blame him. It's his fault.
You got one because of your dad.
Chopper's rule says I'm going to sell me drones. I don't use them anymore.
Which ones you got?
And he's in Australia, don't forget.
Yeah, but free posting and packaging. What you got? What you got? You better check his notes. Just changing subjects. I
can do that in what? Tell him, take me about a second.
I got
to get dinner started.
All right, buddy. Runs. You would love a run.
Yes. I think she got the bug when she flew yours.
Yeah. What are you cooking me, Marie?
You've already had your dinner.
Yeah, but we're getting hungry.
White ones and a silver one.
White one, then. A white one, a silver, and a white one. Are they big, small?
Get yours out and ask him if it's out like yours. It's breakfast time here.
Ooh. What are you having for brekkie?
Oh, thank you, Marie. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, see you later, Marie. Thank you.
And as usual, we enjoyed our chats, and I'll see you later. Pixie will probably. Old Muck will give you £1 for the white one.
There you go, that's my little baby. That's our Betty. Flying by itself.
Oh, pork chops and scallop potatoes.
Oh, I'm queen of the tozzy. Oh, drone.
Minus its props.
Minus its props. That's our Betty.
I have
one and the other one
is a bit smaller than yours.
Ah. Got a spark in it.
Bye, Marie.
Bye, Marie. Very pretty. And I've also got getting all the kit out now. Taking over the stream. Boom! There's my mobile.
Old Mucker says, "Oh my God, who started talking about drones?"
I love drones.
Get your drones out.
That random.
No.
No.
CCTV user. Right, on that note, I think we're going to shut it down because it's got 10:30 and
Oh no, what has it been?
what has been created? Technophobe.
Hashtag technophobe. I just got them cheap to try them out and they were okay, but I prefer my helicopter.
Oh, you've got a small one as well, haven't you? Drone, that is.
That's somewhere.
It's down the printer.
Yeah, actually.
Check his nuts live on YouTube.
No.
7:30 Friday. 10:30
At night.
at night. Right, on that note then, guys, I'm going to close it down. Pixel will be going live probably tomorrow night. So I want to... That's for me to know and you to find out, Darwin.
Oh, wicked. After he start and everything else. Oh,
yeah,
God.
Pixel will be going live tomorrow night. I don't know what time. Have you any idea what time?
Between 7 and 8, depending what I'm doing.
Okay, then. So I want to thank you all for coming in and making us laugh. And I hope I made you laugh. And I will see you again on the next one. Bye.
See you later, alligator.
Bye.
Bye.